Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards. And we are here for the Topps Chrome opening. This is the one that everybody kind of marks on their calendars. Of course, we know it launched a couple of weeks ago. It's taken me a little bit of time to get it, but it's more so been about whether or not I actually wanted to get it, right? The price is just, like, it's so hard to justify $40 for 28 cards, you know, and I don't know, I don't really care how you slice it when it comes to, you know, their premium cards because they're chrome, which, I mean, sure, I guess they are, but it's just a shame that when it comes to a quote-unquote premium set, you can't figure out, you know, the curve that we've had now for years and years, and then the fact that some of them are still crazy off-center and miscut and all that kind of stuff. It just seems to me like if you're gonna make something a premium product, then put premium QA into it, right? So that was kind of the stuff that I was weighing in my head when I was looking at this, and knowing that the price is only going to continue to go up, I'm sure, you know, year over year. But what the heck? Might as well open some. Got two. $40 each, and let's see if they're worth the $40 price tag. Don't mean to start on such a sour note. Some of it, I suppose, could be attributed to the fact that I've got a bit of a cold. I'm sure you can hear. I don't normally quite sound quite so deep, but so that's going on as well. I'll try not to cough in your ear, but let's see if we can have ourselves a little bit of fun. This thing always launches right around the same time as the National. As you all know, the National has just finished up. Haven't heard a ton of things coming out of it. To be honest, I was going to go at one point, and then some other things kind of got in the way, and I ended up not going. That's fine. Ultimately, end up saving a few bucks, that's for darn sure. Anyone that did go, feel free to let me know in the comments how it was. If you thought it was awesome, if you like the idea that they're taking it to Detroit in 2028, and anything else that they may have announced. And in the meantime, we will take a spin around the box here. So, find 4 sepia refractors inside. So, just the sepias now, no longer the pink ones. I believe last year they also just did sepias, if I remember correctly. Collect the entire 300 card base set. Look for 4 exclusive refractors, we know that. It's also retail exclusive chrome rookie autographs, green refractor parallels, as well as many other vibrant parallels. And they give you some of the top rookies, of course, 28 cards. And insert sets, 1990, of course. Future Stars, the Fortune 15, and of course the Chrome All Etch making its return from last year, as well as the highly limited inserts. So I'm guessing you can basically read all of these as case hits. Hobby Masters, Topps Chrome Expose, Lightning Leaders, and Let's Go. And you can get autograph versions of that, of course. And then they mentioned the MVP buyback, which at this case, or at this time, now that Aaron Judge has his injury, even with it only being the 10-day kind, and then it sounds like he's going to be doing DH for a while because they don't want him to throw too much, which is definitely a good idea with an elbow issue. It kind of sounds like it's Cal Raleigh's to lose at the moment. He's still leading the major leagues in home runs. I think last I checked he had 42, which I think leads everybody by, is it Ohtani with 38? I think the next nearest person has 38, and I think it's Ohtani. But let's get into this. Let's see what we can do. Our cover boy is Roki Sasaki, and of course one of the rookies that we are after. And we're going to start off with Deshaun Kiersey. And let's just start with looking at this guy here. We'll do a deeper dive. So obviously they don't change up the outlay of the card. It's just turned into chrome for Topps Chrome. And I will say it definitely looks better, much like last year. Like, I think the sort of, what was it, like the half black type and like the neon lighting that they did last year wasn't the best on the standard card, but it really, really looked nice on the chrome. And I think that this is similar to that. It doesn't make it as good as last year, if that makes sense. But I think that it looks better than just the base. And then, of course, the back of the card looks the same. So, not bad. Not, nothing to hate on at the moment. And I do love that they put the Power Players insert in here from the, what was it, the Celebrations, I think this insert was in. Celebration. Love, love, love that. And our first, I forget if this is Lava or something like that, Jake Bloss, a rookie. I'm already messing up my stuff here. And DJ Hers. So 3 out of 4 rookies. And 1 insert. It's pretty standard for what you're going to see here. You're only going to get about an insert per pack. And then I think roughly every other pack will have your Sepia. Darvish. There's Fernando Tatis. Looking good. Stuart Baroa. Another rookie on the, we're just going to call it Lava, because I forget if that's the exact name for it. But Big Christmas. Junkenzie Noel. There's Tony Taters, Anthony Santander. And our first Sepia is Pedro Leon from the Astros, who a lot of people are calling the American League favorite after the trade deadline. But it's interesting because I feel like if you look at their moves, minus the Carlos Correa move, it's not mind-blowing. But obviously, if Carlos Correa comes over and he plays really well, it's a great move. And of course, the only team he wanted to be traded to. So there's that. Freddie Peralta from the Brew Crew, another team that's playing very, very good ball. Kerry Carpenter is our refractor. And we have a second refractor in the same pack of Ian Happ. It's a really cool, just a big Cub background. I think that's really neat. Huh. This makes me wonder if there's anything particularly special about that one, but check it out later. And JT Realmuto for our Sepia in that pack. So no rookies in that pack, I believe. Can keep moving through. And there he is, Shohei Ohtani, with a big scratch. That sucks. Look at that. Just a big scratch. You can even feel it in the card. I mean, it's not going to come across on here, but you can literally feel it. It's like something dug into it. See what I mean? Stuff like that that's, just annoying when you pay prices like this. But I mean, worst case scenario, from what I understand, they don't really consider that kind of thing when it comes to the buyback, as long as it's in, decent enough shape and not, cut in half or something. They'll take it. So with him being the National League favorite at the moment, that's a good one. Connor Gillespie, Ryan Bliss on the Prism Refractor, and Lars Nootbaar. But yeah, of course, everybody talking about the MVP buyback and the fact that Cal Raleigh is not in this set. I don't believe they've announced it yet, but it seems almost a foregone conclusion that if he is the MVP, he'll be in Topps Chrome Update, and they'll just extend the offer to that set. Ooh, got an all-etch. J-Rod. Man, these inserts are nice. That chrome finish to them. Stephen Kwan. Got Drew Thorpe. And IKF. 2 packs to go from the first box. And outside of the Shohei, Nothing too crazy here. Jacob deGrom, Dylan Cease, there's Corbin Burns, out for the year, of course, and Bryce Terang, all veteran pack. And finishing on this pack here, let's see if we got any fire left in this first blaster. CJ Abrams, nice action shot, sliding in. Tyler Gentry, Darren Baker, rookie refractor. Ooh, Kevin Alcantara, one of the better rookie names you're after. And Chris Sale on the sepia. So that's it for the first one. I mean, like I said, I'd say, I guess the Alcantara is a good one, of course, but really didn't hit any of the other top rookies. A couple of nice inserts, one of the power players, one of the all etch. But the Shohei is really where your money's going to be in that one. So, not super impressed. Let's see where the second one leaves us. We got Tanner Bybee. We have a Future Stars, Jason Dominguez. And those look really nice this year. Like greenish. Wonder if that's a parallel, right? Because the green refractor is a retail exclusive parallel. I wonder if that applies to the inserts. Very nice. Either way, I like the inserts are, you know, they always hit them out of the park, and they look so nice with the chrome finish. Zach Wheeler and David Festa. Moving on to pack number 2, second blaster. Jamison Tyone, Michael McGreevy, rookie. Got Josh Young, fellow card collector. Ryan Mountcastle, I'll take that any day of the week. One of the few Orioles we got left is, I suppose, the remark that I should say, considering we sold off, I think it was 8 different talents from our Major League Ball Club. And Tyler Gentry on the sepia. So, I got mixed feelings about the trade deadline from my team's perspective. I'm sure you'll hear me remark about it every so often. I'm not sure what signal it sends to the young guys that you're hoping to re-sign. Your Adleys, your Gunners, all those guys. You stocked up on a couple of decent talents. I will say that. There were a couple of guys that are very easily going to fit into our top 10 prospects. But I don't think any of those guys are going to be ready for next year. So, I mean, it almost seems like you sold off next year to hopefully compete again in 2 years. Meanwhile, you know, the younger guys need to get signed, and they're just kind of getting older on the team. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. There's the captain, Aaron Judge. So if he comes back and wins MVP, I got one of them. Ronald Acuna Jr. on the refractor. Ooh, there we go. Got ourselves a Kobe Mayo rookie. I'll take that. Or Kobe Mayo. And Bryce Harper on the sepia. Mayo's played very well for us this year. I think he could definitely be a piece going forward for sure. Gavin Sheets. Got Baroa again. Mason Wynn on the Prism parallel, I believe. And Joe Musgrove. So 3 packs to go. Let's see if we can get any more luck. Otherwise, we spent 80 with the possibility of making 40 if both these guys are indeed the MVPs. Brenton Doyle. There we go. Power players, Pete Alonso. Gorgeous card, man. Gorgeous. And we have a Nico Cavades, Isaac Collins, and a refractor, or a sepia refractor of Tyler Locklear. Once again, not really the names you're after. You know, still looking for Roki, still looking for James Wood, still looking for Dylan Cruz. You know, the list goes on. Really, Mayo and Alcantara are about the only two we've pulled so far that are up in that upper echelon of rookies. For Story, Trey Sweeney. It's not a bad one there. And my guy, Colton Cowser, the Milkman. Last pack. Let's see if we can get a little last pack magic here. Otherwise, this will likely be my one and only Topps Chrome opening for this year. It's just too costly, in my opinion. But let's see. Bobby Witt. Guy's got an outside chance at the MVP, of course. Blake Snell. Dylan Cruz, refractor. Okay, all right. So we're hanging in there. Oh, and now we hit. Well, we're going to finish on Riley Green. I'll put that there. Ultraviolet All-Stars, Dylan Cruz. That's one of the big ones, right? I think. Yeah, I think this is one of the case hits. So look at that. Dylan Cruz, baby. That is awesome. Never pulled one of those before. They've been around in the product now for a couple of years at least. I was gonna say, did they come out during the J-Rod's rookie year? Like 3 years ago, something like that? Maybe even before that, I'm not sure. But haven't been around too long. But what a nice hit that is. So we do get a little bit of last pack magic between that and the Cruz refractor, which we're definitely gonna protect up. But look at that. Very nice. Not numbered, but a super nice hit. So all that just to kind of prove me wrong is what we did there. So but we end up with Ohtani and Judge, which if they repeat as MVPs, then I got myself $40, so that's good. But other than that, yeah, they're not wrong. The list of rookies, the checklist of rookies is very, I don't want to say diluted, but it does have a lot of names, so it's very difficult to get somebody that you're actually looking for. So like I said, there's some decent ones here. Obviously, the Cruz is very nice, and the Sweeney's pretty nice. And we ended up with a Mayo and Alcantara, but that's just the base, I think, both of those. Yeah, there's the Alcantara. So it's still too difficult for me to recommend at $40. I mean, I'm sure they're still going to sell. They're still pretty hard to find in my neck of the woods, so I think they're still selling quite well. Whether it's just the MVP buyback or, you know, whatever it happens to be, they're selling. So, you know, Topps and Fanatics are still going to make their money. But what I would say is buy your singles. That's going to be the best way to go, because I'm willing to bet that this card here, even though it's a case hit, between that, maybe if you add it to if Shohei and Judge end up being, you know, the MVPs and I get $40 out of that, maybe this will be $40, in which case I broke even. But probably still down a little bit if I had to guess, even if that was the case. But anyway, it's still fun. Always fun to open product. Always fun to talk baseball. And that's exactly what we're going to do in the next video as well. So you definitely want to head down below, hit the subscribe button, click the like while you're there. I'd love to have you along for the ride. We put out videos every Monday and Friday. And each and every one of you, like I said, would love to have you along for that ride, and would love to hear from you. You can head down below and do all that fancy stuff. And last thing I want to say is just thank you guys. Thanks very much. Appreciate each and every one of you. Promise I won't sound this way I'll probably sound this way the rest of the week. We'll see. You know, I'm really trying to get all those vitamins in, but hopefully you won't be blessed with this froggy voice for too much longer. But I appreciate each and every one of you sticking it out and, you know, enjoying the content. And it's truly, truly am appreciative. But with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.